Hello, everybody. This is Omega Shenron, and I've decided to start doing some videos again. Check out my channel. It's just for fun, just for sharing it with my friends. And here is the new X-Men. This is Jonathan Hickman's. He's apparently got full control over this for at least a few months before they flood the market with way too many X-Men books. I would be just fine. I think most fans of X-Men, if, the two books are good, maybe add one or two more, but their plans are to have Hickman do this for a few months, and then they're going to make a bunch of books that aren't as good and won't sell as well. I don't know how long Hickman's going to be on this run, but if you're not familiar with him, he's a wonderful writer. He did the best Fantastic Four run I've read before, and you may want to go and read that before you read this, because I have a conspiracy theory which I'll share with you at the end. First, let's just go through the book, evaluate the art and the story. We'll try to be brief here. But one thing I do want to point out here is the cover. You'll notice that the covers are different. Modern comics are actually doing one thing right. I mean, they're doing a few things right, but this is one of them. As you can see, there's more art. There's not a lot of stuff. This is inconsequential, at least on this cover. But there's just a little bar here, just a very small Marvel symbol. But the point is that you're getting more art. And how beautiful is it? It's a very, very beautiful cover. And they're have Jean Grey looking, having her mask. I don't really like that, but the art is wonderful. And these, what is this, Pepe? Let's see what his name is, but they're both good. Here's the beginning scene, which starts off my conspiracy theory, but like I said, I'm going to share that with you at the end. This is supposedly Xavier birthing mutants. And let's see who this is Pepe Larraz and Marte Garcia. I've never heard of these guys, but I like the art right off the bat. I'm really digging it. So here, maybe I'll go sideways here. So man, look at that. It's just really good art, and they're doing the contrast right. The bars don't bleed into each other. They've been really careful about their color choices. And so this is someplace. We assume it's not Earth because it looks rather alien. There's some, these are usually your NPC government dudes talking about things, and apparently they've been invited to this place. There's Magneto, and I'm not sure, but I think this is the ultimate Magneto version. It's probably not him, but I'm pretty sure he had a white suit in some. I'm really not familiar with X-Men storylines, but this white outfit is from somewhere else, and I'm not quite sure. I don't know about all this. I guess Hickman thinks this is really necessary. He's explaining the mutant language. They've created their own language, but he's changing so much. And he's rewriting the universe, so he puts this in here to try to help you catch up. And I don't know how helpful it is. Maybe another, if they just had another 2 pages of this, it might be better. I don't know. It's up to you what you think about it. So they're going to this portal, and they're calling this place Krakoa. Yeah, Krakoa. So they're going here, and this is cool. I noticed this character right off. I'm thinking this is Warlock, old '90s character who is like a techno robot AI. And again, they've got Jean Grey here. They're calling her Marvel Girl. or maybe this is Marvel Girl. I'm not sure. When I was reading it, I couldn't quite get all the names here. Incoming Jean Grey, Marvel Girl. Okay, so I guess they are calling her Marvel Girl. Interesting. I don't know that she's ever been called that before, but hey, I'm fine with it. So here's Xavier and Wolvie. Look at how they're drawing Wolvie, the classic. Real Wolverine fans. Most Wolverine fans like this Wolverine, or at least the way this Wolverine's drawn with the outfit and everything. But the art's really good. I mean, it's nice. It's beautiful. So they're showing the map. So apparently Xavier has created an island for the mutants, or someplace. Uh, they don't say where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not on Earth, or maybe it's on Earth, but like I'm not really sure. And I think this is a storyline that they've tried before. It was House of M or something like that, where they try to build a utopia for the mutants. And here are what appear to be humans, and what they're saying is. I forget where I read it, but they built this thing called the Forge, and so this is kind of like their Noah's Ark, because they apparently the humans are preparing for getting taken out by the mutants, and look what they're building. Look what they're building. This is cool. Notice this. These shapes here. But what's more important is look at this. Is this like the Unicron Sentinel or something? What is this? What is this? So the humans are plotting. Somehow they know something's going to happen. This is more explaining of the environment, talking about how the stuff got started. And here we got Mystique and Sabretooth over here. And this is one thing I wanted to show you about this art. And I'm not sure if this is digital. I think it is. But if you look at this bottom bar where they're moving, they're running, they're trying to get away. They've gotten what they need, and they're trying to get away. And you notice how her arm is kind of blurred. It almost looks 3D. It's really, really tripping me out. So, but this is cool. I don't remember seeing like this. It's not really blurred. It's just, I guess it's blurred. It's just, I don't know. It's really cool. It actually looks like they're moving. Very, very cool. So Sabretooth gets shot by something. It turns out it's the Fantastic Four, which I think this is important. Pay attention. There's a reason, I think, that the Fantastic Four have shown up here. And here they are in Krakoa, or not in Krakoa. Are they here? Is this the mutants? No, they're not. They're near it. And this is your basic, Magneto being a badass. They're kind of showing them. Okay, so you can see here they're kind of just showing them the different areas of Krakoa. And they're talking about, Xavier has a great plan. They're kind of feeling each other out. This is like a subtle negotiation. Here's more of these guys trying to get away, but Sabretooth doesn't quite make it. And guess who shows up to come and get Sabretooth? And so basically, this is Cyclops shows up and he says, "Hey, let me take my boy Sabretooth. We'll take care of him. We won't let him off too easy." And Reed Richards is like, "Hell no, we ain't playing that, bro. He just assaulted a bunch of dudes. He's got to go to mutie jail." And then, of course, Cyclops. The way they're portraying this Cyclops, I like this Cyclops, who's kind of savage and just he's not no chump. He's not no simp. So he says, "Okay, you can have him." But what he says here at the end is really interesting. He says, "What is he talking about?" He's talking about Franklin Richards, and he says, when he's ready, he can come hang out with us on Krakoa. So, and that's something I don't really understand because Reed and Sue got their powers artificially, right? They're not technically mutants, but is their son a mutant? Is Franklin a mutant? I mean, I'm sure they know he's hella powerful or going to be hella powerful. He's I think he's probably the strongest Earthbound character as far as potential goes. I mean, he can do whatever, he can create realities and stuff. That's why you should read Jonathan Hickman's run on Fantastic Four. And so they're doing the negotiations, and this chick is a telepath. She's been reading all their minds. She says, "Yeah, they've been trained to resist telepathy, but not good enough." And this one guy's got a gun. Magneto's like, that's not cool. And so Magneto is just kind of, flexing on these guys. He's like, we're not asking you, we're telling you. We'll let you have access to this if you guys are cool with us, but it's not really an offer. And he says, this is actually a pretty good line. You see, I know how your humans love your symbolism almost as much as you love your religion, and I needed you to understand you have new gods now. So, very cool. I'm actually excited. I'm not an X-Men reader. I'm really not. I have some X-Men books. Um, but I've read very few stories. I was honestly more into Wolvie, so I read some of his solo title for some years. But the one thing I just wanted to bring this out. Oh, not until I explain my theory. I think I just debunked myself. As you'll see, this is just an old '90s Fantastic Four comic, and you'll notice how much of the cover is covered up by stuff you don't need. This is just a random book I pulled out as an example, but there's just so much here. Look at all this, and then you got this. This is beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. But okay, so here's my theory. Here's my theory about this. Something really, really. The reason I bought this book because I was like, man, what? Why does this guy look familiar? Why am I suspicious here? Why do I think Hickman really is a genius? Because if he's pulling something, I think he's pulling. He really is a genius. Which is the big reason why you got to go read his Fantastic Four run. You won't be disappointed. It's only like 28 books or something like that. It's unbelievable. It's so good. Great storytelling. Pretty good art. But my theory is that this is not Xavier. This is not Xavier. He looks very familiar. And if you'll look at this first one, look at him. He looks really, really familiar to somebody. And look at his helmet. It's almost different. Or maybe this is a different guy than this guy. Maybe this is Xavier and there's some other guy fronting as Xavier. But I think this guy is this guy. Most of you won't know who this is, but this is known as the Maker. And he's an alternate universe Reed Richards, an evil Reed Richards, very evil Reed Richards, but a very cool character. And you get to learn about the Council of the Reeds, and he's in there. And man, that Fantastic Four run is so good. But I think this guy and this guy look very, very similar, don't they? And this is a Hickman character. Hickman created this character in the Fantastic Four run. or he may actually be Ultimate read. I'm not really sure. I didn't read very much of the. I don't think I read really any of it, but that's my theory. So Hickman may be just a retarded genius. He might just be a comic book savant, and I'm hoping that. I'm going to tweet at him. I would definitely pick this book up. A couple other things I just picked up today. Guardians looks good, and check out this art. I'm not reading this book or anything, but McNiven is just next level. He's so clean. Yeah, this is art by McNiven. I actually met him a couple years ago at a Comic Con. This is a Guardians of the Galaxy annual. Just cool. You got the Stranger, you got the Celestials, you got Eternity, Galactus, Ego. It's pretty cool. This is another book I'm reading, Star-Lord book. And this, what is this? The second print of this. So, just some books I picked up. But definitely go read this. But I really suggest maybe you should go read his Fantastic Four run first and see if you don't agree with me. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Leave a comment and share with your friends who like comic books. And have a good day.